magazine last summer, and I came across this organic farming bike trip in Oregon. It seemed perfect for me because it combined my interest in gardening with my interest in biking, and so I signed up for it. The trip was set up so we biked one day and learned about organic farming the next day, and we camped for 2 nights at each farm. And I really liked the rhythm of having one really active day followed by a less active day where we were working on the farm.
Common Circle Education is a school that's focused on teaching the principles of sustainable living and permaculture. Permaculture is a topic that I did not know a whole lot about before I went on the program. One of the great things about the way the bike tour was designed is that we all got a nice overview of some of those principles at the start of the trip, and then as we biked to different farms and met with different communities, we had a chance to see how these principles around permaculture and sustainable living were actually deployed in a real way.
Warming up water instead of warming from 0 to 100 degrees, you're warming up from like 70 to 100 or something. So a lot less energy has to be used.
One of the things I really enjoyed about the trip was that it was a self-contained bike tour, meaning the participants carried most of their own camping gear. There's tents, there's sleeping bags on their bike. When you're carrying that much gear, there's a lot to learn in terms of how you pack the bike so it's balanced, how you unpack the bike. There's also safety considerations when you're carrying a big load on busy streets. And the program did a great job of helping us all understand how to work with gear on a self-contained bike tour, which was really cool. Another highlight of the tour was really the focus on bike maintenance. Really learned a lot of important fundamental skills that any biker needs to bike safely on a long trip.
HW was one of the leaders of the trip. He built his trailer out of metal and biked with it all the way from eastern Washington to central Oregon. At night he would convert it into a tent and he would sleep in it.
Went to was the Matt Senn farm, located in Albany, Oregon. It was about a 65-mile bike ride from Eugene, where we had the orientation. Matt and Cindy have been running the farm for a number of years. They both share a real passion for organic farming. It was a beautiful farm. And their dog, Buddy, also chipped in. He was a real good farm hand. While we were working on Matt Senn farm, one of the local papers got wind of what we were doing and came out and did a story on the organic bike tour. The next stop on the farming circuit was Sunbow Farm, located near Corvallis, Oregon. Sunbow Farm is run and operated by Harry McCormick. Harry is one of the original founders of Oregon Tilth, and he has been running the farm since 1972. So he was a real expert in the area of organic farming, and we all learned a lot from our experience on his farm. One of the highlights of our stay on Sunbow Farm was the chance to harvest garlic. We actually got to follow the tractor as it loosened up the soil, and then we would pull the garlic out of the ground. The final stop on the farm tour was River's Turn Farm, located just outside Coburg, Oregon. The farm gets its name from a bend in the Willamette River where the farm is located. The farm is run by John Sundquist. He's also been at organic farming for a long time, and we had a great stay on his farm, learned all about the different crops and harvesting methods. John had a little extra help on the farm from his dog Samson, who we could count on sometimes, but got a little sleepy other times.
Farmers were really cool. They were all so knowledgeable, and it was just a real treat to get to meet these people who were living by these sustainability principles and practicing what they preach.
The food fare for the trip was vegan, and for those of us who had never really tried vegan, it was a chance to give it a try. The way we were organized in terms of the cook detail was we had 4 teams, and each team worked for a day on all 3 meals, and each meal usually started with a trip out to the fields to pick fresh fruit and vegetables, and then the team got to work with prepping and cooking the meal.
The trip attracted a really cool cross-section of people. Everybody was really interested in biking, and everyone was really interested in gardening. You know, I guess that's one of the powers of the internet, the ability to bring together people of diverse backgrounds who have a common interest.